You just spent $147 on a new pair of shoes because they were on sale, but you refused to spend $12 on that annual fee for a high-yield savings account. Your car insurance renewal came, you saw it went up by $30, and you thought, oh, whatever, I'll deal with it later. But that limited edition Stanley Cup? Yeah, you bought that immediately. Look, if this sounds uncomfortably familiar, you need to hear this. My name is Mason, and I spend way too much time thinking about why people make terrible financial decisions with the most mundane expenses. If you're someone who gets excited about buying things but feels physically ill at the thought of paying for insurance, subscriptions, or literally anything boring, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing that blows my mind. Wealthy people will spend hours optimizing their car insurance, switching to a better cell phone plan, or negotiating their cable bill. Meanwhile, broke people will just let auto-renew every single time. And I'm not talking about a small difference here. According to a 2023 Consumer Report study, the average American is overpaying by about $416 per year on car insurance alone just because they haven't shopped around in the last 3 years. That's real money. That's a flight somewhere. That's half your emergency fund if you're just starting out. But here's what most people don't realize. It's not actually about the money. It's about dopamine. When you buy those shoes, your brain lights up. You get a hit of excitement. You can see the thing, you can wear the thing, your friend will notice the thing. But when you spend 30 minutes on the phone getting a better insurance rate, there's no dopamine hit. There's just slightly lower numbers on a bill you don't even look at. And this is exactly why poor people stay poor and rich people get richer. Let me show you what I mean with actual numbers. Let's say you spend 2 hours doing the following boring tasks. Switching to a cheaper car insurance saves you $35 per month. Canceling 3 subscriptions you forgot about saves you $42 per month. Calling your internet provider and negotiating saves you $20 per month. Moving money to a high-yield savings account earns you an extra $15 per month. That's 2 hours of your time to save $112 per month. That's $1,344 per year. If you invest that difference at an average 8% return, in 20 years, that's $66,000. $66,000 for 2 hours of boring phone calls. Now you might be thinking, Mason, that's great and all, but I just don't have time for that. Look, I get it. But somehow you had time to scroll TikTok for 45 minutes yesterday. The issue isn't time. The issue is that your brain doesn't give you a reward for doing boring financial admin, so you avoid it. This is where it gets really interesting. Rich people have figured out something crucial. They've gamified the boring stuff. I know someone who literally celebrates every time he negotiates a bill down. He texts his friends. He does a little victory lap around his apartment. Sounds ridiculous, right? But here's what he's doing. He's manually creating the dopamine hit that your brain refuses to give you naturally. And the craziest part? Once you do this stuff one time, it gets so much easier. You ever notice how the first time you negotiate something feels terrifying, but by the third or fourth time, you're like, yeah, whatever, give me the loyalty discount? That's because you're literally rewiring your brain to associate boring money tasks with winning. And when you start seeing those small wins stack up, when you check your bank account and there's an extra $112 sitting there that would have been gone, that's when the switch flips. Here's what most people don't realize. Wealthy people aren't better at making money. They're better at keeping money. And keeping money is almost entirely about mastering the boring stuff that nobody wants to do. So here's what you're going to do this week. Not someday. This week, pick one boring expense. Just one. Maybe it's your car insurance. Maybe it's your phone bill. Maybe it's that streaming service you're paying for but never use. Spend 30 minutes, literally set a timer, dealing with it. Call the company. Shop around online. Cancel the subscription. Whatever it takes. When you're done, calculate exactly how much you save per month. Write that number down. Put it somewhere you'll see it. Then, and this is important, do something small to celebrate. Text a friend. Do a stupid dance. Get yourself a coffee. Whatever. Because you need to teach your brain that this is worth celebrating. Look, I know this isn't sexy advice. I know you didn't click on this video hoping I'd tell you to call your insurance company. But here's the reality. The difference between people who build wealth and people who stay broke isn't intelligence. It isn't luck, and it isn't even income. It's the willingness to do boring stuff that pays off later. Stop making your financial decisions based on what feels good in the moment, and start making them based on what your future self will thank you for. If this helped you realize you've been leaving money on the table, smash that like button and subscribe because I make videos like this every week helping you fix the money mistakes you didn't even know you were making. Now go cancel something.